Continue to number 3 of important organizing, which is they can pool resources and increase the efforts, which leads to the efficiency. Or to make it clear, you can get all the resource from all your team member that will lead to the best result. For example, each of the team member needs to share the information that they get from all the organization. Okay, and for the last important number 4, which is to ensure effective role job fit for every employee in the organization. Okay guys, moving on to the next important, which is the last important, is to ensure the effective role job fit for every employee in the organization. It will help in avoiding the confusion and delay, as well as duplication of the work and also overlapping of effort. By following all these important by knowing all the importance of organizing, the flow of the works will become more easier, more organized, and you will be an alert person, since you always know what you need to do after that. Therefore, you can avoiding from any mistake or careless in handling the works. Okay, so guys, you know already. Okay, now all of you know. Okay, now all of you can see why the organizing is very important. Okay, let's moving on to the next slide, which is the process of organizing. There are 5 processes of organizing, or 5 stages, which is the first one is the organization. The first one is the organization. The first one is the organization. The first one is the organization must identify the activities that they will be held. So, while considering that, you must set the objective, vision, and mission aligning with the organizational goals. Okay, my friend. No, this is not okay. Okay, my friend. If you as a manager, you are responsible to determine and decide the important activities should be done. For example, if you want to open a restaurant, so you need to determine what resource you need for the restaurant, and where you can get the resource. Is it near or far? Is it easy or hard to find? So, thinking it. So, make a decision wisely, okay? The next one is number 2. You have to determining the tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Why you need to do that? Because if it's so impossible, if one person could do anything, okay guys, uish, terang. Oh. Okay guys, for the number 2 of the process is determining the tasks, duties, and the responsibilities. This is because it is impossible if one person can handle all the organizational activities. Right. So you need to divide into smaller units. So that's why you need to divide into smaller units. So you will have to handle it by yourself, so you don't have to handle by your own self. When you know where you're... Okay, so moving on to the number 3 of... So we will be moving on to the number 3 of the process of organizing. Okay, number 3 is the organization must grouping into logical units and subunits. In this step, the primary task must be divided into subtasks to be done. If you're the manager, you need to focus on process such as grouping of organizational according to their expertise and their specialization. For example, by classifying the group, the works can be done appropriately. So, by classifying the group, the works can be done appropriately. So, by classifying the group, the works can be done appropriately. For example, the manager can decide the service customer include the subtask of taking order and clearing tables. For the number 4 is grouping into logical units and subunits. Before that, I want to warn you, this step is very crucial that will lead to which might lead into departmental conflicts. If this step is not performed perfectly, so it will affect the organizational goals. If this step is not performed perfectly, it will affect the achievement of organizational tasks. The manager need to be able to coordinate organizational resources and ensure that resources are effectively utilized. The manager need to decide the manager of the restaurant will determine who will take orders and clear the tables, the size of the tables, and how it will be arranged will be considered. Okay. Eventually, the manager needs to gather all the feedback on how well the strategy is working and take corrective action where necessary. Yet this step is to ensure there are no work left behind or to track any upcoming problem. Yet this step is to ensure there will no work left behind. Yet this step is to ensure there will no work left behind and to avoid any upcoming problem. So they can resolve the solution earlier than the problem occur. So they can resolve the solution before the problem occur. Okay, for the example, if the manager think that the table of the restaurant is not appropriately, so he need to change it with the new table. Okay, we are done for the process. So I hope you are still fine. I hope you are still fine and still can focus what I am trying to say, what I am trying to explain to you, so that you will understand clearly. Okay. Next, we will moving on to the types of organization. Types of organization divided into two, which is one is operational management, second is strategic management. Okay, listen carefully, okay? Firstly, what is operational management? I will explain the definition of operational management. Okay, operational define the administration of business practice to create the highest level of efficiency possible within an organization. Also involve planning, controlling, coordinating, and it also involves planning, organizing, controlling, and coordinating all the resources needed to produce. It involves planning, organizing, coordinating, and controlling all the resources needed to produce a company goods and service. Besides, operational management is the core of every company. Besides, the operational management is the central core function. Besides operational management, also the central core function of every company. For example, if a community want to do charity to fulfill their leisure time, they need this operational management to make sure all the process is going through smoothly. The function of operational management. Here are the functions of operational management. Number 1, to make our daily routine or activities more systematic. Number 2, to achieve unique competitive advantage to attract and keep customers. And number 3, to organize And number 3, to organize the operation of activities and to avoid the problem. Number 3, to organize the operation of the activities and to avoid the problem. Number 3, to organize of the activities and to avoid the problem. Okay guys, hold on. There are 2 more slides, so I hope you can keep focused and keep listening, okay? Best part, because everyone very familiar with it, which is the strategic management. Okay. Literally, strategy can be defined as an action that manager or individually take to attain the organizational activities, and also to utilizing and allocating the scarce resources within the organizational environment to meet the present objective. According to the previous meaning or explanation, it's automatically defined. The strategic management definition. Okay, so strategy is very important because if properly planned, executed and monitored, it will lead to the best result. Believe me, you must have strategy in your life. Not only that, but it also will enhance the organization's ability to be proactive, anticipate problems, and stay focused on both future and present. By having strategy also act as a guideline to the person or the organization to help the surviving any changes in the event environment. It also continuous process that evaluates and controls our program and business. So, in simple terms, strategy management will set out strategic management will set out long, medium, and short-term goals that are implemented by portfolio, program, and the project respectively. Successful implementation of strategy depend upon successful management. An example that can be explained: if the individual want to help a birthday party, he must have a strategy how to make sure the event going smoothly. Moreover, a backup plan is one of the strategic management which require him to be aware of any problem that might occur, such as if the event was held at the outdoor, the weather might change at any time, so he must have second plan what he need to do. Okay, there are hard disk about strategy management that I will put here. You can read it by yourself. So the last one, guys, okay, be patient. Okay, guys, it is the last one slide, so be patient. keep focus. Just one more. Okay, let's start. Next one is the 5 stage of strategy management. The last one is the step of strategic management. Firstly, you need to set up a goal setting. In general, goals should be implemented to their priority, which it might change, and each goal must tied to our organizational strategy. Okay, for the first stage of strategic management is you must set up goal setting, which means in general, goals should be implemented to their priority, which might changes, and each goal must be tied to our organizational goals. This stage also identify 3 key facets. Firstly, define the both short and long-term objective. Secondly, identify the process to accomplish your objective. The process of how to accomplish your objective. Then, finally, customize the process for your staff. Give each person tasks which he can succeed. Do not give the task that they cannot do, because it will lead to bad result. Okay, is analysis. Okay, this stage you need to get all the analysis and information. You need also gather as much as you could the data that relevant to accomplishing your vision. The focus of the analysis should be on understanding the needs of the business as a sustainability entity, its strategic direction, and identifying initiatives that will help your business grow. For the number 4, the 4th stage is strategy formulation. This step is about putting the actual strategy into practice, which will meet the organizational goals. The main of this step is to gather all the resources that are available and necessary that required to bring the strategic plan to life. I mean, just now is number 3, not now. Just now I mean number 3, not number 4. Now we will continue to the number 4, which is strategy implementation. Okay, in this stage, if the overall strategy does not work with the business current, a new structure should be installed at the beginning of stage. Everyone within the organization must be made clear of their responsibilities and duties, how that fits in the overall goal. Okay, for the last one of the number 5 stage is evaluation and control. This stage includes the performance measurements, consistent review of internal and external factor issues, and making corrective action when necessary. Any successful evaluation of the strategy begins with defining the parameters to be measured. These parameters should be mirror to These parameters should be mirror to goals in the stage 1. Determine your progress by measuring the actual result versus the plan. Okay, so that's all from me. Forgive me if my explanation is not so clear. I'm sorry if you not understand what I am trying to explain to you. So if anything, you can DM me personal, and also don't forget to subscribe. Bye, see you again. Oh, and one last thing, stay safe, okay, one more, okay, last thing, one more last thing. Everyone stay safe, take care each other, take care your health, and happy iftar for everyone. Bye, see you again.